Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. China.org.en reports that the Iranian capital, Tehran, and the neighboring Alborz province experienced fresh attacks from the United States and Israel on Sunday night. According to the semi-official Fars news agency, these strikes led to widespread power outages in several districts. In Tehran, 5 city districts were targeted, with some residential units reportedly hit. The blackouts in both Tehran and Alborz were attributed to shrapnel from the bombs, damaging crucial electricity facilities and installations, including a high-voltage transmission tower in Alborz and a substation in Tehran. The Israeli military confirmed its involvement, stating it was striking targets across Tehran. Fars news agency later updated that electricity supply in all affected areas has since been resumed and is now stable. These developments occur amidst an ongoing conflict involving the U.S., Israel, and Iran, which commenced on February 28th and had entered its 30th day with continued heavy fighting and no ceasefire breakthrough. Al Jazeera reports that the United Nations nuclear watchdog, the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, has announced Iran's Khondab heavy water production plant is no longer operational. This development follows a severe Israeli strike on March 27, which caused significant damage to the facility. The Khondab reactor, explicitly noted by the IAEA as containing no declared nuclear material, was among several key infrastructure sites targeted during the assault. Heavy water reactors are crucial for producing plutonium, a fissile material that can be used in nuclear weapons. Therefore, its cessation marks a notable impact on Iran's nuclear capabilities. However, the report emphasizes the lack of declared nuclear material at this specific facility. The broader implications of the strike on regional stability and international nuclear non-proliferation efforts remain a subject of ongoing concern and diplomatic discussion. Global oil prices surged and U.S. stock futures slid ahead of Monday's market open, according to NBC News. This comes as the Iran war, now 1 month old, intensified with Iran-backed Houthi militants launching ballistic missiles at Israel and 3,500 additional U.S. troops arriving in the Middle East over the weekend. Brent crude, the global benchmark, jumped 3% to over $116 a barrel, its highest since the conflict began, while U.S. crude rose to nearly $103. Investors are questioning President Donald Trump's ability to stabilize markets without concrete progress. Trump expressed optimism about reaching a deal with Iran, stating that negotiations are going well and a deal could come soon. However, average U.S. gasoline prices hit $3.98 a gallon, the highest since summer 2022. A Bloomberg News report highlighted that officials and analysts are considering the possibility of oil prices soaring to 200 ATS a barrel, amidst what is described as the largest oil shock in decades. Patrick DeHaan of GasBuddy estimates U.S. drivers have spent an additional $10 billion on gasoline in the past month. On March 28, 2026, millions of Americans participated in the third wave of No Kings nationwide rallies, protesting the U.S. administration's policies, including military action in Iran and controversial immigration enforcement. The protests, reported by China.org.cn, saw over 3,100 demonstrations across major cities, with an estimated 900,000 participants on Saturday alone, marking it the largest single-day protest on record. Previous rallies in 2025 drew millions. The flagship event in St. Paul, Minnesota, gathered nearly 100,000 people. Speakers like Senator Bernie Sanders and Governor Tim Walz criticized the war in Iran and the January deaths of Renee Good and Alex Pretty involving ICE agents. Concerns also included the economic impact of the Iran war, leading to surging fuel costs. China.org.cn reports that Lebanon's Disaster Risk Management Unit at the Prime Minister's office announced a significant increase in casualties since the escalation of hostilities on March 2. As of Sunday, 49 people were killed and 116 injured, bringing the total death toll from Israeli attacks to 1,238 and the number of wounded to 3,543. The TES's daily report also indicated that 4,401 hostile incidents have been recorded, resulting in 136,147 displaced people housed in 663 shelters, affecting 35,170 families. Cross-border fighting intensified after Hezbollah launched rockets towards Israel on March 2, breaking a ceasefire agreed upon in November 2024. Israeli warplanes have continued airstrikes across southern and eastern Lebanon, and the Israeli army has warned residents of Beirut's southern suburbs to evacuate the Dahi area. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.